Hi, this is Kelly from Connection Keeping again. I just wanted to show you all of the templates real quick from the gradient templates, the love one for Valentine's Day. So I just wanted to show you that you could do other stuff besides a gradient. This is my favorite page of all because really you don't have to do much and bam, it's got a big effect. So I tried to make it look like I tried to do different amounts of stitching so that it looks real and left some open, trying to give it as much realistic um, action as possible. I'm gonna do a Thanksgiving. I'm not gonna do a Thanksgiving. I'm gonna do a Valentine's Day one, and I'm gonna use my Days of Love kit that also came out this week. So I put these pictures in of my daughter and myself, and we always get sparkling apple cider and dress up for Valentine's Day. So just kind of a fun thing. So right now, if you look, here is the gradient for the hearts. And if you click here, the hearts gradient disappears and it's just a solid color. So you can make it any color if you wanted. These all go with the Days of Love. But we're going to turn that off and we're going to turn the gradient back on. But right here it says add your own paint or pictures. So literally add your own paint means like if you wanted to, you could literally draw on it and give it this like, worn look, but just throwing that out there. Or you could put a picture in there. What I am going to do is I'm going to put a paper. I love this Valentine's Day paper where I'm only using the red and the pink, and it kind of gives it that monochromatic look. And look, as soon as you put the paper in, it still has, because of the way the grading templates work, it still has the shading and everything, so that's perfect. Now you have to think about the other gradients. Right here is the paint. So you can see right now there's the paint in grayscale, and you could make this a solid color and just make it all red, which actually looks pretty cool. It might look cool. No, I thought it would look cool in black, but not really. So what you can do is literally pull in the same paper and clip it, and it will give you all the paints that kind of, oh sorry, let me turn that off, that match the paper underneath there. But I actually don't like the way that looks because then you get all these random lines in the paint, so it makes the paint not look as realistic. So I'm gonna go and make it the red, and you can change it. You don't have to do the red that's exactly from the paper if you want it to do darker, or you could do, let's put a gradient in. And so the gradient I could use could be, let's see, I can do from the red to a white to the pink. I use this pink in the paper. And so let's turn off this red, and then you can see the gradient is there as well. So this is what I talk about when I'm saying there's lots of options. So the whole point of these is to play around, and it helps you learn Photoshop. It helps you change it so that every page that you use this template for, even though it'll be very similar with these hearts, it will be different. And so I kind of like that. I still just like the red the best. I think it gives it, well, I guess maybe it's kind of like, ooh, does it look like blood? So maybe not. Let's hear. Maybe I'll change it to the pink. Oh, I like that. I'm going to do it with the pink. And then, again, all you do, like we did before, is add the elements from your kit. So you can add flowers, you can add hearts. So you just have to remember to make sure you're adding in the right spot. In this one, I want to show you, so there's 3 spots. There's above the frames, there's between the frames. So say I wanted to put like a heart in between. There's between the frames, and then there's behind the frames. And so say you wanted to add like a scatter. Oh, here, even though this isn't a scatter because it's an envelope, I can just use the hearts from it. And so let me get a scatter. This one has 2 folders of elements, so I'm sure the scatter is behind here. So we can use some heart scatters. And if you look here, I put it above, and so I didn't want that. So you got to go click on the strings and put it back there, and then you can have a scatter. And so you can fully add things over and over and pretty much just embellish this little section right here, and it'll look beautiful. But you could also add embellishments over here or all around the edges, whatever you want to do. So this is the third template. And oh, again, make sure you save as something else so you don't overgo your you don't get rid of your original. So always save as something else. All right, and now let me show you the second one that I want to show you. Is I thought of it as being kind of like for video games. It gives it, or like computers or technology. Again, the first thing is delete your page, is this one. And so this one has a couple gradients because there's a gradient for the background, there's a gradient for the heart, and then there's also a gradient for the frames. But you know, you don't have to do that. Your frames could be anything, or you can replace the frames with frames from your kit. I used M from the Nifty Pixel. I used her new kit and I used her frames because they fit perfectly. The one thing I want to show you with this one is, so say we make, all right, so here's the background and we make a gradient that goes, so again, you click every time you double left click on, here, let me do it again so I can tell you. So you go to the gradient, change gradient here for the base or clip paper, double left click, double left click, and then you go here and now you're going to pick your colors. Remember, all the way to the left is the bottom. I think I'm going to do blue, and then I'll do that like yellowy green, and then I'm going to do the bright pink on top. And so that's your gradient, and you have this here. Now I want, if you are sure that that's going to be your gradient, you Control J, so you save it, and we're going to go up to the one that has the heart in it. Here is the heart. Oops. Sorry about that. I put it inside. So again, you just go back, and then I copy 2 here. I'll put that one up here, because I'm going to want to, here, and then I'll put this one here, because these change, so these 2 gradients here change these bokehs. So this one, again, I was kind of thinking video games when I made this one. So if you see, this one's called the bokeh boxes. If you get rid of that, you don't have to have those, or it's a great place to put paint from the kit. And then I actually love these, they're like halftone boxes, and I like those. But it's cool because if you put the gradient above them here, they change along with the background gradient, and that's kind of that effect that the gradient template is looking for. Alright, so we're going to Control J to copy it again, and we're going to go up to the main heart. So here's the heart. The don't touch, you can touch. Here, I'm going to show you. This is just how the gradient works. This is what makes it so, oh, and you can get rid of that if you want it to be more pure of a color. This gives it more realistic. I actually kind of like that. So what you could do here is, if you don't want to get rid of it completely, but I kind of like it gotten rid of completely, you can just change the opacity here. I'm totally going to change the opacity. What I tried to do is set it up so that it would work for the most things. If your gradient is very light, you need a darker, you'll need this higher up. But since the gradient is pretty bright and darker, I don't need it to be that dark. So you can totally go in there and play with it. Again, it helps you like learn about Photoshop as you're playing, but I'm going to show that. Okay, so what I wanted to show you for this particular one, it's also true of the heart flower one, is the gradient goes for the whole picture. So where the bright pink is and where the bright blue is all the way at the edges. So the heart is only getting the transition from the pink to the yellowish green. So what I liked to do is, once I was sure about my gradient, I would go, and if you do Control T, you get the bounding boxes, and I would bring it down. I don't know if you can tell, it's getting brighter, and watch when I do it over here, the blue is going to get brighter blue. And I like the way that looks, because then the whole gradient goes from here to here, if that makes sense. So it doesn't match up with the back as much, but I think it gives you all the colors. And so that's the one I just wanted to show you with this. Again, save it as something else. I am not going to save it all. And then the last one is, let's see, go here, 4. Okay. So the last one, again, delete this right away, is more of a simple one. I love this if you have messy kits, you know, so anything from Little Butterfly Wings or Tracy Stroud or Studio Basic, and well, and there's like so many other artists that do that. This is really fun because it'll give you lots of space to work on um, the like you can put one of their cool papers in the background, and you can put paint in, and then you can add their paint on over. And so this one, I just wanted to show you that the gradient, it goes the other way. So because I wanted each letter to be different, you can see that the angle changes. Oh, so this is something you can do for all of the kits. You can change the angle of the gradient, and right away it literally changes the look of your paper. So again, another way for you to play. And then you do the same things. You can change the gradient, put paper in. Again, this one has like spots for elements. You can put them ever. I change them to be the color of the gradient for the but you can put everything over all over and add your own frames or keep it. I liked the black and white paper because I figured whatever gradient you put in at the black and white string, it would look cool, but go to town and do it the way you want. I hope you really like it, and I hope you have a great day.